Loved by many, hated by others, but now, once again, in the sights of marksmen. And as the shooting resumed in the two pilot areas of West Gloucestershire and West Somerset last night, then so did the protests. These badger patrols are also taking aim, trying to disrupt the killing.
It's a hideous disease. A lot of us actually do live in rural communities. There's a lot of people from the coal zone here. We see every day what happens to farmers whose cattle come down with BTB. Killing badgers isn't the way to stop it.
Many beef and dairy farmers in the West Country are desperate. Bovine TB is endemic here, and they believe the disease must be fought, even though the cost is so high.
It is a cruel thing to do, and I'm not comfortable with it, but these are what I'm interested in. I spend my life trying to keep these alive, as well as looking after the wildlife and doing things like that. But if there are sick badgers out there, or if there is sick anything out there, you need to deal with it, really.
During last year's cull, 1,700 badgers were shot. The latest objective is a figure between just under 1,000 and up to 1,900. More than 26,000 cattle were slaughtered across England last year because of TB, and the four-year scheme aims to cull 70% of the initial population of badgers here. Last year, the number of badgers killed fell well short of the target. This time, marksmen will, over the next 6 weeks, try to meet the government's objectives. This remains a highly contentious issue in the British countryside. Campaigners, protesters say it's barbaric, but the government maintains this is a responsible approach. Doing nothing, it says, is not an option.
If there were an alternative to culling badgers that are infected with the disease, we would pursue it. But we are doing lots of other things, from cattle movement controls to using vaccine in the edge area. But our veterinary advice and the advice of our chief scientist is very clear that removing infected badgers has got to be part of a coherent strategy to eradicate TB.
The issue continues to divide rural communities, but as the arguments rage on, the guns have returned. John Maguire, BBC News, Gloucestershire.